Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend, boys and girls. Hard to listen to mellow music right now when I see this candlesticks and this pattern happening. I want to be listening to music I don't even like. In honor of Michael Berry, of course. Something's happening. Something is happening. We've broken out, and that was the trigger I needed. So I went in. What a mix of emotions, though, especially this morning, because we were setting this up. We called it out, this kind of bull cup handle. I was like, I don't usually trade these, but this kind of does look like a bull cup, and then this could be setting up a candle. And sure enough, I think this is pretty much textbook bull cup handle. And then this is what happens after those. And so that's terrific. So yeah, we were waiting. Other times in the past, we've hit this resistance and it's just grinded down it and then sold off and come off and bounced off of support. And it happened up here a little bit. And then it definitely happened here. And then I thought it was going to happen here because I thought we've got more time. Failed to delivers, whatever fundamental type reasons you want to think that it's doing this on this day. Doesn't really matter. I'm just looking at the charts for now. There could be any number of reasons why this is going on today. What we do know, though, is there is no news catalyst, which is one very simple reason to know that there's a short squeeze imminent. Stocks don't go up 12% when the whole market's flat or red, unless there's something going on. Some sort of news or something, but there's nothing. So whenever GME rallies, it's always funny seeing different articles on the internet trying to figure out what's going on. They try and come up with these stories. GME is up 20% on no news, but it could be. And today I read one. It's maybe because it's because AMC. GME's up in sympathy to AMC today, and so that's why it's just rallying on pretty much no volume. I mean, for this much of a rally today, you can clearly see when we actually get like new buying, like actual new buying, new retail, but not new retail, new investors, new big buying, where it's actually like a strong volume day. I can give you an example. I mean, here you can see on UWMC, this is a great example. This is red volume, but look at the volume difference and how it moved the stock a significant amount. Typically, that's what happens when you have a lot of volume, is it's gonna move the stock a large amount. Different than before. So average volume here was low. Here's a lot of volume. We have a lot of movement. So today on GME, we're getting a lot of movement. 11%. And look at the relative volume. Let's just compare it to UWMC. So I don't know what move that was that day, but look at this. UWMC, this is the most volume it's had in months. And this is a 8% move on UWMC. GME, 11% move so far. And this is almost, not the least volume, but below average we've had just in the last month. I mean, it's close to the lowest volume. So when we get volume in this thing, because today was the most melodramatic breakout ever. It was almost scary. It was messing with my emotions. We did break out though, and I'm like, I didn't believe it for so long. There's just no volume still. It's such a slow grind up. It's great though. It's great. It's no problem. No problem. I'm happy. It's good. But it's just abnormal to, I think, what we're going to be seeing once something's actually triggered. I think this could be, I mean, this almost looks like one of those days that was a liquidity test where they're being observed and they're basically not able to fudge stuff up. So I don't know if something passed today to where they can't dark pool trade. I know that was one of the things. I think that's still going on, but maybe that's today where they're not able to do a bunch of dark pool trades. So when you actually buy a share on a broker, it will actually affect the stock price. Not actually affect it, but it'll go through the brokerage and it'll basically give it buying pressure. And it's not something you don't see because it's, through the back alleys or over the counter or whatever. of the stock market. And then when they're selling, it's going through it too. So it's natural movement up and down, over and up. We're seeing a nice consolidation and nice grind up and consolidation and grind up. Very normal for a stock to work like this when the trades are actually going through the normal brokerages and not, or the normal market makers or whoever, but not going through some sort of back end shady deal. Something was different today that allowed it to do this. This to me, I don't think is from margin calls, not yet. This could have triggered margin calls. I believe they have 2 to 5 days to basically get liquid to cover the margin. And so, yeah, I don't know if they're gonna be able to cover or not. And that's where we get serious price action, though, is when they try to start covering, and we're gonna get a lot of volume. And it quite possibly will make this look like silly volume back here. This 195 million, that might be a low volume day once the squeeze starts. So today, I think for me today, this is just the confirmation, the breakout. I think it started. Something has started at least. If nothing else, a gamma squeeze by this week, hopefully. It's not guaranteed though. I mean, there's still resistances, and this isn't breaking out to all-time highs or anything. But for me personally, I was waiting for this downward angled line, just a simple line, for it to break out of that, because it just didn't want to. For so long, you see it grinding down here. At first I thought it was this one, or no, yeah, this one. It wasn't this long-term one, this one. Grinding down here, then here, this day it hit it. This day it hit it, rejected, and then I wasn't sure how long it was gonna go. Today, fully broken out on pretty light volume, very light volume actually, but enough to, yeah. So something, I don't know if it's not dark pool. I'm sure I'll read about it on Reddit. All the theories on why it's doing this today. Failed to deliver, I think, was a big one. But, and then some DD was saying how in the options market they could have basically pushed their margin calls further because of tricks with options. And I shared this on our Discord. This call, so I'm sharing my own call on Rocket. This call is now far enough out of the money, it's now much more appealing looking. One of the theories how hedges are avoiding margin calls is options like this that are totally worthless but without liquidity on the chain. It shows very high value from the spread and no volume or open interest. If someone bought one of these calls, it would correct the actual price and reflect on my account how worthless the call would be. So it's possible that's one way they were hiding it. I think it's still the same way. Yeah, so if you look, it's corrected some. But if you look here, this is way out of the money. 44.89 call on Rocket that expires in 32 days. The ask is $1.05. The bid is 0. So the mid price on this will naturally be in the middle, 52 cents. But there's no way this thing's worth 52 cents. This one down here is closer to the money, same expiration, and this actually has a real price on it. Ask is 4 cents, bid is 3 cents. So if you look at this, this says it's worth 950% up. And it's actually said this all day. So why does it do that? I think it's lack of volume, lack of open interest, and lack of liquidity. One or all, or combination of it. So if you look here, so this one's got 830 open interest, 0 volume, but it has open interest on it. The one I have, see these ones up here with 0 bid, 0 ask. So what the market maker is going to show is that it's in between. So on my count, it shows that basically I have that in unrealized gains. And that's one way I think they could maybe be hiding it. They have these way out of the money calls or puts where there's no volume and there's real low open interest, and basically market maker, there's no activity. So it's just, there's nothing happening on them. Where's my other one actually? That's 40. Let's sell all. If we look even further, here's my other one. So look at the spread. So the ask is $1.05, but if I went to sell this and I put, I can show you actually right here, live. I don't mind. So let me show you. Look, I'm like, oh, I'm up 950%. This is terrific. Let me sell one. Let me just sell one. Sell one, mid price, 525. You know what? I'm gonna give them a little, make sure I get this closed. I'll sell it for 45 cents. Preview. Okay, yep, first in, first out. Oh, why isn't it filling? Why isn't it filling? This is closer to market. What's happening? Oh, look, the mark came down. Now it's 22 cents. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I'll bring it down. Okay, I'll do mid. Okay. All right, let's fill it. 22 cents. Oh, it's not filling. What's going on? What's going on? Look, as I'm bringing it down, the market maker is actually bringing it down also. Give it a minute. See, now it's 20 cents the ask. And look, now the mark is 10 cents. Oh, no, no. 10 cents. Oh, why does it keep dropping? What's happening? 10 cents. So this is basically one way they could maybe be hiding it. Not that that's a big deal right now. Kind of just got lost in that. But I wanted to show you that on video so you guys had an idea. One of the many ways that they've been maybe avoiding a margin call to this point. And dark pools is probably another easy way for them to manipulate the stock price. And then if they use the option thing, it's like, okay, then that, all these things add up. This morning, let's see, yeah, this morning they only had 100 shares to borrow. This is just from, I don't hold this with too much weight, but it does give some reflection. So they magically had 100,000 shares then to borrow short at market open, don't know why, and then 250,000, and then, yeah, or 300,000, then 250,000. So we're still there. But this is still looking very good. I believe something has started, something has changed. So I have positioned accordingly. Short-term calls. My E-Trade, I'm basically out, but I'll show this one real quick. It's a debit spread, 195, 200. Very small position, 4 of them. So basically it has to close above 200 by Friday. Kind of conservative though, because I think we will be well over 200 if we keep this up by Friday. Just because we've broken out. It's not, to me, it's not this move that we had. This was a liquidity test day. It's not this move, in my opinion. It could be, I could be wrong. We could test this resistance of 180 tomorrow and then it comes back down. That could happen. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on that actually. If I see, and maybe we're seeing it right now a little bit. No, it's still looking strong. It's just coming back down to actually using this as support maybe now. If I see tomorrow that it's really not breaking through this resistance and indicators are showing that it's going to be maybe reversing, I'll probably sell out of my positions. Not my stocks, but just my options, because then I just know we're trading in this larger range from here to here. So then it'll probably just be a larger range. Maybe we'll find support here. You know, it'll be up here and trade in this range. But yeah, what I'm looking for is just breaking new resistances. If it doesn't, it's, you know, I'm gonna wait. But right now I'm in pretty heavy. Heaviest I've been in a while. I got 3 430 calls on this Webull account, 1 200 call. The further out of the money, you really need some velocity. The share price really has to move quickly for them not to lose value faster than they gain value. So 430, I mean, that's all the way up there. That's, you know, that's hoping for a gamma squeeze. Pretty epic one. On TD, went even heavier. So I've got 10 300 calls and 10 430 calls. These are jumping all over the place. Actually, earlier today, just to show how options work, back here, these things were they were up 70, 80%. These calls, just because it was earlier in the day. Less time decay, as well as the velocity of how quick this was moving. The sentiment was that it was going to go fast. Then you get this, it gets slowed down. It loses value basically. So that's why it's important when you time your calls, when you buy them and when you sell them. You want to sell them when you think there's no way this is the limit. It's just going to keep going. And then you want to buy them when it's just real mellow and it's like nobody thinks anybody's going on. So yeah, so that gives you kind of an example. We're much higher priced right now. We're at 175 as opposed to 164, and these have lost value from then. They've gained value from when I bought them, but they've still lost value from where they were at their highs. So anyways, we got 10 of those. And yeah, we're in those pretty heavy. Like I said, I'll probably sell some tomorrow unless this thing is just going crazy and blowing through resistances. If it's having a hard time at 180 up in this area, then I'll probably start selling off some and maybe look to get some call credit spreads for the downside or back down to 163. But I don't know. Really depends on what happens. the next 45 minutes, as well as after hours, and then tomorrow. But max pain this week has moved up from 153 last week, I think it was, or 155 to 170. For gamma squeeze to happen, I think we've got to go up to 430, and then yeah, I mean that's how it was happening in January. The gamma squeeze, basically all the calls were in the money by expiration and just kept rocketing from there. And then the next week they had to add calls that were, you know, hundreds of dollars higher. That's when they started having the 800 calls, which before then that was crazy. I think the highest calls were like 60 something or 40 even, at least for that expiration. 5 minute, this thing was looking strong. We're still in power hour. We've got 45 minutes as I'm doing the video. Yeah, I'm a little jumpy, a little shaky, a little excited. I'm having my coffee. Fired up. We broke out of here, and yeah, it's kind of what I've been waiting for, is a tell that something is changed, something's different. Again, it could just be resistance to here, hit a resistance, and then kind of trade in this range. But if this is enough action, then we will trigger margin calls, and or GME will trigger margin calls, and then, you know, then it will go parabolic. I also got UWMC. They have short squeeze potential. A lot of Reddit DDD on that. I like them for the long term too. I've actually had them in the long term for quite a while now. They pay a dividend. They're at a great price now, kind of like Rocket. Oh wow, Rocket's a little bit green. Rocket might be at its bottom, but yeah, we got UWMC. It's so cheap. Typically I would just get shares, but I already have shares, so I got a couple calls. These are just weekly calls. 4 of these $10 calls to $12.50 calls. We're up 100%, but 87%, but it's a very small amount invested. Let's look at the rest of history today. Okay, so I swung. Got AMC too, guys. For all you that, oh, I tell me AMC. Yeah, I got AMC too. This is the reason why I don't, though, because it's literally, most often, it's just doing the same thing that GME is, so I don't want to spread myself out. At one point, though, I'm expecting GME to break away, and today might be that day. The other day, kind of AMC did a little bit. They kind of broke free first. GME was suppressed, but at some point, we're going to see the true kind of squeeze potential out of these, and I don't think AMC is going to be near there. Not to say it won't keep going, but that's just my opinion on it. But I do have some calls on that as well, and UWMC. This morning when we were on this one candle, I gotta go. I tweeted, I was like expecting, I was like, all right, we had a good day yesterday, and then this morning we came up here, and I'm like, all right, if this hour body closes above this trend line, we've broken out, we're good. And then it just slowly came down, and then it had this long wick. I'm like, dang it. I thought that was it. We hit the resistance. We're going to come down now. And I even tweeted, I was like, all right, it's over. See you next week, Jimmy. And then later, I'm like, wait a minute. The next hourly candle broke out, and I got super pumped up. But basically, I had bullish positions on GME outside of shares. I had call options that I sold once this happened. I sold all of them. And then this candle came through, and I bought back into a lot of different ones. Oh man, what an emotional roller coaster. I'm in now, heavy for the week. I'll probably make these free or just sell them out if I think we're at the top for now. But it's looking good. Hopefully after hours is strong. Again, this is on no volume. This is just maybe the natural price movement, honestly. If it's 4-to-1 buy orders to sell orders, you should expect at least a 10% day every day on low volume. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I guess that's it for me, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. Follow us on Twitter at Happy Money YT. Jump on our Discord if you want. Sharing some different stuff on here. It's kind of interesting. And this could be it. This could be the beginning. Also, this move is happening again. We mentioned this before. The big body, little consolidation red, big body, little consolidation red, big body. Might have a little consolidation red. I mean, I'm not expecting it to just keep doing this, but this is 3 right here, so that's pretty cool, that pattern. That's on the daily, and also on the daily, good news is we crossed over on the MACD. RSI is fully ticked up. We've got green on the histogram. So it's all bullish now. Everything is bullish. Broken out. It's all bullish. Whew. Gotta chill out. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you Maybe after hours, maybe tomorrow, but we'll see you soon. Okay, peace out.